Good. Yeah, my name's Justin. I'm from Blackfoot. Actually, before I get started, I just want to make a little announcement. Someone lost an item in the bathroom, the men's bathroom. It's a can of Axe. So if there's any sixth graders in the audience that can get laid, actually, it's not even a can of Axe. It's a generic version. So I don't know if like a sixth grader's looking for a juggler or something.
Oh man.
It's in the bathroom. Yeah, so I live in Blackfoot. Any Blackfootians there? Awesome. So for those Blackfootians in the audience, let me ask you, what is Blackfoot most known for?
Drugs.
Wow, okay. We're off to a good start, guys.
Talk to him, man.
No, it's not drugs, but it's a close second. It is the Potato Museum. Who's been to the Potato Museum? It is the most boring place on earth. If you guys wanted to know what potatoes were back in the 1950s, you go to Blackfoot. Man, if you ever had to ask yourself, did they have potatoes in the 1800s? Blackfoot, Idaho. And if the excitement isn't worn off, you can get your picture taken in front of a big fake potato. It's nice. I've never been to that museum because, I don't want to. But if you go there and just think like, oh man, museums in this area, there's just not enough excitement. You can go down to Pocatello because they have a museum of clean. That's right. You can look and see like, oh look, 1960s, people vacuum too. That's nice. Wow, they used soap in the 1700s? Who would have thought?
That's good.
Man. So I actually work at Pocatello. I travel from work. For the past year, there was a billboard going from Blackfoot to Pocatello. You guys have probably seen this. Basically, it's a billboard put up by the Shoshone-Bannock tribes. It's got 3 native girls on it in their traditional garb. They look great in it. But the billboard says, "Vaccines protect our people." Which is nice, they're trying to save people. That's a good message to get out there. However, I'm a very cynical person. Me, driving back and forth for years, seeing that billboard, I kind of question things about that. Especially, is that more a message to white people? Am I supposed to read between the lines and think, maybe they wanted to do something else like, hey, idiots, remember when he gave this guys blankets? Get vaccinated, you dick. Just goes to show that white people back then, as they are now, they were afraid of vaccinations. The difference is, back then, they weren't as cavalier about it. So I work in the mobile phone industry, and who's got mobile phones? Let me just spread this out.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? That's the question. But I like to play games on my mobile phones. One of them I just recently picked up, and you guys have probably played it, maybe. Basically, the point of the game is you move your finger all up over the screen, up and down, left, right, as long as you can for as fast as you can, and you win the game by getting laid. Yeah. It's called Tinder. Couple people played it, yeah? And just like any game, there has to be some sort of leaderboard on there, because my roommate came home the other day from the doctor and he has 3 STDs. Been on Tinder for a week. That's got to be a high score status. You know what I'm saying? But I did win a couple of times. I matched with a really lovely gal. She was an older girl. That's right, I'm into cougars. She was an older gal, and when I say older, she was 96. That's right, her name was Mabel. And yeah, definitely a cougar, but I guess in this case she'd be considered like a saber-toothed tiger. Right? But let me tell you guys, even though she's a lot older, that kitty could purr. That kitty could definitely. All right, I think she was purring. She was wearing an oxygen mask the whole time, so it's really hard to tell. But man, she was a dirty birdie. Or a dirty pterodactyl. Keep it on clean here. But man, she was dirty. Her sexual preferences were a little more old worldly. She wanted me to do this position to her called the pioneer. which is really missionary position, but then after one of us dies of dysentery on the Oregon Trail. Yeah. We broke up though. Well, we didn't really break up. She died. And, really made for an awkward funeral. Really hurt the kids. Well, grandkids. Great grandkids. Let me just say, made for an awkward high school reunion. Anyway. But man, social media and dating apps are kind of the big thing now. I'm on a couple every once in a while. I'm one of those that jumps in and out. I used to use Bumble. Who's used Bumble? Whoa, one person, all right. That's cool. You know, but if you don't know what Bumble is basically that dating app where the girl has to make the first interaction, which is a great idea. But my luck, I don't get a lot of interaction, right? I mean, if I wanted to keep getting ignored on a daily basis, I'm just going to keep staring outside of their window like I have been doing. I'm not going to get a real girlfriend, but I will get a secret girlfriend, and those are the relationships that last until the restraining order comes, which is any day now. But I think a lot of people are put off because of these dating apps, because a lot of people just like put bots on them, like automatic messaging things on there to sell you their OnlyFans or whatever. Or try to steal your identity. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, I like it though. I like the bots on dating services. Because it's nice. Because they're nice. They're nice. All right. It's nice to know that someone wants to actually ask about how my day went before they steal my credit card information. You know, it's just common courtesy. So, have you guys had any fun since the whole pandemic?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Gone out to the theaters? Concerts at the Heart, yeah. That's a nice segue. Guys, come to the Heart. Went to the theater for the first time in a very long while. I haven't been to the theater since I saw Aquaman in theaters. You saw Aquaman?
Yeah.
Every single one of you ladies should be shooting your arms right up there because we all know Jason Momoa is in there.
Yeah.
And he's a hot hunk of man. He's now single, ladies. But I didn't really like Aquaman in the theaters. Mostly because it was very distracting. I didn't really watch most of the movie because I spent the entire time in the movie theater trying to find a dry seat in the house. What did you guys think on that one?
Yeah.
And the sound quality was bad. It was just bad. Mostly because, like, as soon as the movie started and Jason Momoa came on screen, it was just an orchestra of 1,000 vibrators going on at the same time. Just as soon as he marched out, it just... Then I was weirded out because I heard a bit... Speaking of vibrators, though, did you know that there are apps on your phones that'll turn your phone into a vibrator?
Just you.
Kind of surprised that like not a lot of ladies in the audience are just like pushing their fingers through their phones right now, just finding that right now. I know it's kind of a little weird to do that, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can find out on those apps. But it makes me a little weirded out knowing that information is out there. Because I don't want to borrow someone's phone, especially a girl's phone, and immediately go, why does your phone smell like fish? I know that's a little gross. I'll pull back a little bit, but I know it's a little gross, but with that information out there, does that change the fact that we all still take our phones into the bathroom? I mean, you say ew, but I say hypocrites. Not a fan of lady rappers? Well, I am and I am not. It's good that they're out there. They're making music. They're being, influencers and what have you. But it's just this kind of stuff that they rap about, They just want to do those songs where they're just like, I'm a boss bitch, I'm making money, I'm working my way up. And it's good, it's very influential, but I see that a lot of the wrong people are being influenced. Because I see people like posting lyrics on Facebook and like, yeah, I'm a boss, bitch. I make money. Like, no, you don't, Jenny. You work at Walmart part-time to feed the 6 kids from the 5 guys you've slept with. And all you're really working for is for a smoke break. Okay?
That's good.
I'm not a fan of Lizzo. That's right.
Seriously. Yeah.
I'll say that. I'm not a fan of Lizzo. Bring it on, haters. No, she's a talented girl. I mean, there's a reason why she's famous. She's talented. However, I read this news article where she wants to remake the movie The Bodyguard.
Oh no.
Who's seen The Bodyguard?
Oh yeah.
Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston. Yeah, it's a good movie. But knowing that, or reading that, and then reminding myself, like, there's that scene in The Bodyguard where Kevin Costner's holding Whitney Houston, carrying her down the stairs. And then I think Lizzo wants to remake that movie, but also has Chris Evans as the Kevin Costner role. Let me say this. We all know that Chris Evans is pretty jacked, right?
Yeah.
But then there's that scene that they're going to have to do in that movie. Chris Evans isn't that jacked. No. I know standing up here, I look like one of those guys that are subscribed to too many OnlyFans profiles.
No.
It's true. It's true. Here's the thing. I don't like OnlyFans. Mostly because a lot of women on there are charging a lot more than they should. Okay? Now, that's probably insulting, but like, that's cool. If you feel like comfortable with your body image and you're just like, here's a tit pic, $5. You see these OnlyFans profiles and there's like, the whole point is just like to create as much content as possible, right? But you see these profiles that are like charging you $30. Guess how many pics I have? 5. Yeah. It's not a good business plan. This brings me into porno. So the whole body image thing. I mean, women all around the world are facing or having body dysmorphia issues, and that's a sad thing. Because, it's the same old excuse. They see these beautiful women in these magazines and they try to be like them, so they become anorexic, get bulimic, and that's sad for girls. And I really feel for people. I wish they'd get the help. Here's the thing: no one ever talks about the other side, the guy's side of that envy. Okay, so guys aren't as affected because they see all those muscle things and like, okay, I'll just try to work out. The thing that really gets them the most is porn. See, guys don't have that body envy like girls do. Guys have that dick envy. Oh yeah, they got that dick envy. Because you can kind of imagine like a girl sees like some cool like Instagram model and then they try to take the picture the same way. Guys are like jerking off to porn and they're just looking at their thing and they're just looking at the thing with just like the length of an arm. They look at theirs and there's the envy. And then instead of like a girl standing in front of the mirror, it's just a guy standing in front of the mirror, just talking, just having like, why not? Why can't I have an arm down there? Okay, it's just I know I'm not a shower, kind of a grower. Yes. And then it just gets to the more intense thing. It's just like, why won't you get bigger? That's why apps like Snapchat is very dangerous. Not dangerous for girls. I mean, I don't understand Snapchat. I never really have. I mean, it's a cool way of messaging people. It's like the new way of messaging people, but I just don't understand it. I don't understand the point system. Can someone explain to me what the point system is in Snapchat? No one knows what the points are. That's the point.
Right.
That's the point. It's just you take a picture, you get a point. I know there are a million guys out there that are just like flinging dick pics that way. And it's just like, you get a point for that, so guys, your dicks aren't really worth that much, I don't know. You guys gonna eat something nice tonight after the show? No? Everything's gonna get close? Okay. So during the pandemic, McDonald's released a bunch of advertisements for their McDonald's menu hacks. Has anyone ever heard about these?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. One person. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know what they are, basically the McDonald's hacks are take a bunch of items, push them together, make a new item, right? One of their most famous ones was called the Land, Sea, and Air Sandwich. What that is, it's a Big Mac, a chicken sandwich, and a fish sandwich.
Whoa.
Shuffled together in defiance of God's will, and McDonald's is just like, you can eat this. It's like, I think McDonald's business strategy in that is just like, releasing this during COVID so people can either die of COVID or die of extreme diarrhea. We're giving the choice to the consumer, right? It's just like, where did they come up with that? It's like, I figured like it wasn't some like smart business executive that's just like, I got an idea. Some executive must have just walked into a McDonald's one day, saw a fat guy like this guy, just like, I'm sad, I'm really hungry. They're like, that's $1 million idea. Kids on TikTok are gonna eat that. Maybe that was their plan all along, to kill all the kids on TikTok. You know, you just have to question things. One of my favorite commercials for McDonald's is a breakfast commercial. You guys have probably seen that, but basically it starts out, it's about the breakfast sandwich, by the way. And it starts out, we know you can make a breakfast sandwich at home, but we know you can't make it as good as us. Come to McDonald's. That's like the most dickish thing to say, right? Like, do they think that we're running around like a bunch of chips in our kitchen? Like, what do we want? Oh, I want a breakfast sandwich. How do we make it? I don't know. McDonald's knows, but what do I put in? Do I put in mayonnaise, spaghetti? I don't know. Let's go to McDonald's. You guys fans of DoorDash?
Yeah.
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 See, I love DoorDash because it combines my two favorite things, surprises and laziness. I got DoorDash the other day, and my Dasher came in, he's just like, hey man, this food smells really good, I hope you enjoy it. I'm like, okay, end of transaction. Later that day, I was in Walmart, right? I was in Walmart, and I was picking out a couple of things. And this guy taps me on the shoulder. He's just like, that was the food, man. Smelled really good. I'm your DoorDash guy, remember? Brought you that food, it smelled really good. How was it? It was good. After a couple of beats, I just, all right, bye. Like, what was the point of that interaction? Like, was he just like, was he trying to look at me and just like, just give me 5 stars, man? It was good, right? None of the things were damaged. It was good, 5 stars. All right. It's like, I know I live in a small town, but it's like I do see a bunch of Dashers who are off the clock at the store. I don't go up to them and be like, hey, brought me that cheeseburger. That was great, man. Give you 5 stars. Those 5 stars, that was for me. Are we friends now? Where are you going? See, that's the thing about DoorDash is like there's an unwritten law. It's just like you bring the stuff, no interaction, that's it. You broke that commandment. Because how hard is it to actually be a DoorDash? Everything's packaged, you pick it up and you just drop it off. That's it. That's an easy 5 stars, right? Right? Nothing's damaged. The only way I can see, like I can contemplate like someone getting a 1 star is like if they literally jump the curb, threw a flaming hoop while shooting puppies, and then they accidentally stole my drink. That's the only thing I can contemplate, right? Speaking of Walmart, you guys notice a lot of like old people sitting at the front of Walmart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I always have to wonder, like, I know old people want to sit and rest, they don't want to walk around. Do you think families ever forget those old people? Is that how they get Walmart greeters?
Oh my God.
Like, did they just see an old person at the end of closing time? Like, all right, it's closing time. I'm waiting for my family. Oh, they left a while ago. But that's okay. We'll put you up front, give you a vest. Got a cot in the bed he can sleep on. And maybe they'll come back. And they never do. So can you guys believe I'm single? Dating is hard. So during the pandemic, I read this article. I was having a lot of mental health issues. I think a lot of people were, but I was self-medicating. I was trying to deal with it without trying to go on meds and whatnot. Just because I thought I could persevere. You can't ever persevere. But I read this article where one of the cool things you can do for your mental health is to take yourself out on a date. Just you. Just this one, self-date. Take yourself out, and I thought, all right, I'll try anything, you know. So, set a date, got dressed up, shaved, put on some nice smelling cologne, and then I met myself at my car, opened the door for myself, which I thought was pretty damn suave, right? Got to the restaurant, had a couple drinks, you know, there's some laughter. Which, if you kind of picture, it's just me laughing by myself at a single table in the middle of the restaurant. Which is totally okay if you're just like at a bar drinking by yourself laughing. I mean, that's socially acceptable. But it's at a restaurant, and it's not. Then the night winded down. You know, the candles at the table were just. Then it was time to go, so we went back to my place. Lit some candles there, some nice scented candles. That's right. Put on some smooth jazz. Bet you guys wondering how the sex was. It was all right. I didn't call myself after. It's possible to ghost yourself. How do you ghost yourself? Just not look in the mirror for a couple of days. But in my dating life, there are a couple bucket lists I actually want to achieve. One of them is I want to have sex with a deaf girl. Yeah. Yeah. People with disabilities like to have sex too, guys. Yeah. But I kind of figure it's probably really hard to have sex with a deaf girl, especially if you don't know sign language. Because because part of that is all about communication, right? Like, how are you supposed to communicate stuff that you actually want to do in bed? Like, I don't know, do you want to do anal? Because if you're going to ask that kind of question, you're just like... If you don't know sign language, you'll quickly learn one thing, and that's just no. So who's married? Who's in a relationship right now? You're proud, he's not. Oh, are you just being shy? Oh,
I'm very shy.
He's very shy.
He's the sugar daddy.
Oh, he's a sugar daddy. All right. All right. How much? You just showing out for her?
All out of sugar.
Oh, she's still with you.
Yeah.
That is called a relationship, guys. You see, once the money runs out, if there's still love, there's a possibility. There's definitely a possibility. All right, who's had bad breakups in the past? We all have. I mean, I think a lot of us have, unless there's people in the back no, all my relationships are perfect. We had very mutual breakups. It's all good. There was no cheating, nothing. It's all good. No, everyone's had a bad breakup. And it's a learning experience, man. It's a total learning experience. My last relationship blew up in my face, literally. And it wasn't that kind of it wasn't that explosion. It wasn't a big thing that actually made us break up, right? It was that one little pinprick. It's always that one little pinprick that just pushes the whole thing over the cliff to downfall, right? And you do everything that you can. I mean, you want it to work. I wanted it to work, and I did everything I can. I did everything to patch things up, to tape up the issues, did everything that I could, and it was just a struggle. It was a struggle of just hot air, mostly for me, because she wasn't saying anything at this point. I think she was just ready just to get thrown out, and that's what I had to do. I had to throw her out, along with the trash, because that's what she was at that point. She was trash to me. Oh, really what I'm saying is they don't make blow-up dolls like they used to. Get the warranty. That's what I'm saying. How's my time? You guys doing good? All right. I can open up the stage to some questions if you guys want to talk. This is just intimate, just me and you guys. No? You guys don't have any questions for me?
What was your doll's name?
What's my doll's name? Tracy. Tracy.
I want to know if you slipped some jalapeno soap in the men's room.
Say that what?
I want to know if you slipped some jalapeno soap into the men's room.
What would be the point of doing that?
Well, it could just be an increased experience of the previous soap.
Like, how are you using this soap? That's what I want to know. How are you using the soap? Like, because, jalapeno soap, it's a little burny when you wash it, but the whole point of adding jalapeno is to wash other places. What I want to know is, probably party. She likes it dirty and spicy. Come on, throw some out. No? Okay. Oh man, we live in a world today where people do not like scientists. Who still believes in science nowadays after the pandemic? Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's just during that whole time, it's just like, I don't know what you're doing. The people with the degrees are telling us to do stuff. We should probably listen. But no, I read stuff on Facebook. So I know more, or I know just as much. Some crackhead said that the vaccines contain baby. I don't want that. There's a bunch of scientists that created the whitest paint ever. The whitest paint ever. That's a great invention. Not only is it going to save you on AC costs in your home, but it's going to have a lot more privilege on the paint shelf. Kind of looking at the front row here. This is probably a Blue Paint Matters kind of crowd. Better not mention the black paint. I read that this is flu season, and I read that there's a bunch of stuff you can do to help get a bunch of vitamin D. I also read that masturbation has huge benefits when it comes to having a cold. Do you know that? It has immense benefits. That's great. Yeah. Now you're listening. Oh, I feel sick. But I took that advice to heart because the last time I got a cold, I just put Vapor Rub all over my downstairs business. I definitely relieved some congestion. I was still sick, but I felt pretty good. Man. But I think we're all scared about the whole COVID thing. Did you guys get vaccinated? It's okay. I'm not you bastards. No. What I'm going to miss about COVID the most is that I'm going to miss the excuses. Because you can get out of anything with those excuses. You can be like, I don't want to go out tonight. I'm sorry the mom's in the hospital, but I'm just afraid of getting COVID. You can use those kind of excuses to get out of anything. Birthday parties, dates, a shotgun wedding, your child being born. But nowadays, you can't do that. I don't really want to go because I'm scared of COVID. Did you get vaccinated? Shit. When's Spawn's funeral? I think a lot of people were scared about the symptoms that they would get from bringing the vaccination shots. I got vaccinated, so I had the same kind of symptoms. I had the muscle aches, the swelling, the drowsiness, all of that. But I got some different ones that were a little off kilter. Like one day I started developing a gambling addiction. I ran outside punching trees. I was doing hobo karate. I was having clown thoughts. followed by mime yelling. I had post-mature ejaculation. Think about that one, post-mature ejaculation. And I was I became very aware of my nipples. I knew I had nipples, but I was very aware of them. By the way, do you think mimes get mad that they can't use drive-through windows? Who are they going to voice their concern to? That's a dumb joke. So before I get off, I just want to leave you guys with a little word of advice. There are things to do in life we try to do stuff in life that, we try to be extraordinary at, right? But you can't do that all the time because it just gets boring. You want to pop off every once in a while to let people know you're there. So that's why I live my life like I have herpes. Live your life with a little bit of flair. Anyways, guys, you've been great. My name's Justin Parmenter. You guys have a great night.